Back here now, Ernie Kovacs.
Once again, we bring you an exciting chapter from the adventure classic Tom Swifty and His Electric Shot Glass. "Good morning, Tom Swifty," said Barnabas, the mailman. He carried a large package addressed to Tom. "What do you suppose is in the package, Tom?" asked Professor Norton, hiccuping and staggering upstairs from the cellar, where he had been getting plastered in the interest of science. "There, boy, down, boy," cried Tom anxiously, for his electric watchdog had seized the mailman's leg in its 110-volt AC mouth. Teeth and springs and transformers were jutting from its mechanical head where the mailman had kicked it. Suspicious of the loud ticking that emanated from the package, he carefully balanced it on the concrete walk and then hit it a few times with a hammer before opening it. As he expected, it was a bomb. As he and the professor were descending from the great height to which they had been blown, the professor showed unusual excitement. "Bless my rubbing alcohol," he expostulated. "Look at the return address, Tom." And he held out a scrap of paper that had been on the package. "Suppose you read it, Professor," suggested Tom, "for my reading glasses have jelly stains on them from lunch." "Very well, Tom," said the professor. "If not exploded within 5 days, return to Dmitri Rasalinikov's secret hideout in Mexico." "Oh, this is indeed fortunate," cried young Tom. "Now we have pinpointed his hideout, and I shall arrange to be mailed there." As soon as they landed, he sped like a shot into his laboratory and fashioned a large envelope, got inside it, licked it, and then put on an airmail special delivery stamp. And in a muffled voice, Tom shouted to the professor to address it to Rasolinikov, put it in his pocket, and mail it. After typing the address, the professor stuck it in his jacket pocket and, being rather absent-minded, carried it around with him for days. Then one morning at his home, when he was looking for his pipe, he came across the letter. "Bless my nightshirt," he expostulated. "What have we here?" And he took out the letter and slid it open. As he did, out sprang Tom Swifty, guns blazing. "Trapped you at last," cried Tom, blasting away with his 6-shooters. "Gracious sakes," cried the professor in surprise. "It's you, young Tom. I wondered where you'd been all week." "No tricks, Rasolinikov," cried Tom, reloading and firing from a prone position. In vain did the professor try to explain that he was not the infamous arch-criminal Rasolinikov. Tom kept firing, and the bullet sped harmlessly through the walls of the professor's house, severely wounding a streetcar conductor and his goat. Finally, the professor dashed out of the house, leaving Tom in full command. But suddenly, a large boa constrictor was thrown through the window, hissing and using vile language. And here we end Chapter 6 of Tom Swifty and His Electric Bottle of Scotch. Be with us next week for Chapter 5.